Trump buying one of his meme coins. The 220 top holders of the coin are invited to a dinner tonight at his Virginia golf club. The top 25 get to attend an even more private reception. But who are they? Well, we actually don't really know. Bloomberg News found that more than half of the top holders of the meme coin are likely foreign. They use foreign exchanges that ban American users. Trump's family or business associates get a cut when that coin is bought and sold, and they also make money when its value goes up.
The president is abiding by all conflict of interest laws. The president has been incredibly transparent with his own personal financial obligations throughout the years. The president is a successful businessman, and I think, frankly, it's one of the many reasons that people reelected him back to this office.
My panel is back here. Josh Dawsey, you work at the Wall Street Journal. I'm just going to read a little bit of what they have this morning. You have this morning. The crypto user names and wallet addresses of the winners are listed on the Trump website leaderboard, but their real identities aren't disclosed. If the contest is as above board as the president says, why not reveal the real names of the winners? Some of their identities are bound to come out anyway. The press, Democratic attorneys general, members of Congress are going to investigate. That's an editorial.
Yeah, so let's talk about this dinner for a second.
Okay.
The president has done lots of events at his club since he took office. $1 million fundraisers, all sorts of events for his PAC, for his RNC, all sorts of things. This is for no political committee. This is a personal financial venture, right? But he is in business with this guy. Bill Zanker runs this crypto event, is in personal business. So when we called the White House and asked about this event, they said, we don't comment on it. The White House has nothing to do with it. The White House isn't vetting the guests. The White House has nothing to do with what the president's doing. It's a personal business commitment.
Is that even a thing when you're the president?
When you're the president, I don't know how you separate it. So we started doing some reporting. We figured out that a number of White House aides had tried to talk him out of going to the dinner. His own son, Eric Trump, had been surprised that the dinner existed. When that dinner was announced, people in the White House thought, some of them, that it was a fake. There was nothing on his calendar. There was nothing that they saw that was planned. And they said, what's this? And they learned he had signed up for it. He had agreed to do this. So it is a dinner at his private club with investors the White House is not vetting for a private business venture.
So just to be clear, this is a money-making event, not for a campaign.
Right.
Obviously not for charity.
Right.
For a
venture
pocket.
that he went in, and the folks, the investors who were there, got promised White House tours. So they're coming to town, they're going to his golf club, they're paying that dinner with the president, and then they get a tour of a White House. Like that is just the facts of what this dinner is.
Okay, so we said that we really don't know who won this. We do know, according to Justin's son, that he is one of the people who is going to go to this dinner. He wrote on social media, honored to support POTUS and grateful for the invitation. He said, as the top holder of #Trump, which I think is the Trump meme coin, I'm excited to connect with everyone, talk crypto, and discuss the future of our industry. I know you've done a lot of work on this, Laura. Just hang one second. Who is Justin Sun? Chinese-born crypto entrepreneur, founder of the blockchain company Tron. He was charged by U.S. regulators in 2023, but the case was paused in February as the President Trump took office. And Forbes reports that Sun's actions have generated an estimated $400 million for the Trump family.
Right. When you are purchasing, meme coin crypto, when you are deciding to invest, as the United Arab Emirates has in the stablecoin crypto firm that the family is in charge of, that Trump's two sons are in charge of, that is money that is going directly into the pockets of the Trump family and eventually President Trump, if not currently President Trump himself, because he is the financial beneficiary of these companies. It is not a blind trust the way past presidents have typically done a blind trust. It's a trust, but this money is enriching the president himself. And again, Secretary of State Marco Rubio was asked about specifically this dinner this week, and he really had no answer. He was asked about whether or not the investors have been vetted, the people that are going to get this direct access to the president, and he essentially said, I have no idea about the dinner that you're talking about.
And, this kind of stuff used to matter a lot The question is whether it still does and whether Democrats have any chance of winning some political points on this.
Yeah, there's the question about whether this is really baked into perceptions of Donald Trump. If you already believe that he's been doing these things all along, enriching himself, it's a corruption piece, you haven't liked him probably from the beginning. If you believe that this is somebody who's picking on a good businessman who's just looking out for his interests, and he's not doing anything that other politicians haven't done, you still stick with him. I think what we're seeing in the polling is it's a little bit of both. It's that voters are pretty cynical about politicians, and they do believe that they're all corrupt to a certain extent, and they all do these things, even though we know that you can't do them, and the law tells them you can't do that. Where Democrats, what they talk about is you have to make the connection, they say, between.
More than 200 wealthy, largely unnamed investors are heading to Washington for dinner with the president tonight, raising new concerns over the wealthy buying access to Donald Trump. In total, they spent $394 million on Trump cryptocurrency tokens in exchange for an invitation to Trump National Golf Course in D.C. to see the president. As NBC News has learned, that's nearly $2 million each, more than 500 times the federal election contribution limit. Those numbers based on an analysis by blockchain analytics company Nansen. Joining us now, Drew Harwell, technology reporter at The Washington Post. What more do we know about this event, Drew, and who will be attending?
Well, we know that it's a lot of anonymous people. These are really wealthy crypto holders from all around the world. I've talked to some from Singapore and Southeast Asia, and they're coming into this country with the hopes that they can talk to the president themselves, hope to lobby him on their preferred crypto policies. And they feel like, they've given a lot of money to the president, so they're excited to have his ear. Most of them are foreign. As far as our analysis has been able to find, 19 of the top 25 got their coins through exchanges that don't even work with Americans. These are foreign exchanges. So I think that raises a question because, if these foreign spenders were to donate to a political candidate in the U.S., it would be forbidden. And yet they can give money to the president pretty openly, as we've seen here.
Yeah, help us understand that, because my recollection of it is that foreign nationals can't make political contributions, right?
Yeah, they can, but that's in a campaign environment. This is a meme coin environment. This is crypto. Crypto is very widely unregulated. It's the Wild West. You've seen people on Democrats and Republicans saying there needs to be more rules, but until that point, we have basically a coin that an affiliate of the Trump organization, Trump's family business, created. They make the coins, they sell the coins, and they profit from the coins. We know that the Trump team that has worked on this has made millions in transaction fees and sales of this coin. So this is money going directly into the pocket of a company that's tied to the president. Right now is owned by a trust that's run by the president's adult sons, but is basically one step away from the Oval Office.
We know Trump has embraced crypto, including signing an executive order to create a Federal Reserve of Bitcoin, other digital currencies. What does his support mean for this growing tech, and frankly, a tech that a lot of people don't even understand?
Yeah, well, they love it. I mean, the crypto industry felt that the Biden administration was too tough. They felt like they were finally going to see regulations after many years of basically policing themselves and really not policing themselves all that well. So, and Trump himself even years ago said he felt that Bitcoin was kind of a scam. He felt that it was not money. He felt that the prices were basically concocted out of thin air. And yet in the last year, because, as sort of affiliated with that idea that these crypto people have started supporting him, we saw during the campaign, Trump would go to Bitcoin events and campaign events with deep-pocketed crypto holders. So, he's really created a close, familiar relationship with a lot of these people, and they are paying him back through, tens of millions of dollars in investments, and not just this meme coin, but another crypto venture that Trump is involved with called World Liberty Financial. So, the crypto people are investing money, seeing him as a friendly face in the White House, and Trump is benefiting too by having these people on his side. So I think it suggests that crypto is going to have a nice, warm welcome in Washington. We've already seen under the Trump administration that the Department of Justice has basically directed prosecutors to not
Trump attends a private dinner at his D.C. area golf club for more than 200 of the top buyers of his meme coin. But exactly who will be there, it's hard to say because crypto is anonymous by design. Critics worry about the potential for foreigners to possibly buy access to a sitting president, which the Constitution forbids. CNN senior business writer Allison Morrow is covering this for us. So, Allison, what do we know about some of the people who will be at this dinner?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I mean, one thing we do know for sure is that all of these people paid a lot of money, thousands, tens of thousands, and even millions of dollars to attend this dinner and have private access to the president. We also know the White House and the organizers of the event are not releasing a guest list. So their anonymity that they have with crypto is pretty much guaranteed. Of course, we're going to try to find out who else is going. But, you know, this is underscoring some of the concerns that people have about all of this happening in secret. And then, of course, we know that a lot of these people are from overseas. Bloomberg did an analysis that showed that the crypto wallets that were the top holders of Trump's meme coin who got access to this dinner were from platforms that only operate overseas and, in fact, don't allow U.S. citizens to trade on them. So there's a good chance that half of these people attending tonight will be from overseas. So bottom line, this is kind of the encapsulation of all of the crypto potential corruption that ethics experts have been warning about for months.
Wow. Allison, thank you so much.
Is Donald getting humiliated at his own dinner party? Because it's so egregious. Even his son, Eric, didn't believe it. Some of the headlines have been saying that the idea that not just a former president, bad enough as it is, I'm not trying to defend it, but this isn't Trump out of office. This isn't Trump from 2021 to 2025, early this year, where yes, he's running for president again, but he's a private citizen, and he has a crypto meme coin, and he's going to invite his meme coin holders to his event to basically party with them. But he is president now. He is the most powerful man in the world. Like it or not, it's true. Most powerful man in the world, and he's having this dinner with these people. And they're being invited by virtue of the fact that they own the most amount of the coin. What does that mean? It means if you want a meeting with the president, one way you can do it is by buying lots of coin from the stock exchange, from the coin exchange. Now, what happens when somebody buys a lot of a coin? Like with any stock, the price rises, right? It puts upward pressure. And Donald Trump is probably, allegedly, I don't know the specific details, a big holder of the coin, and as are members of his family. And so, you have a direct pipeline. Donald has an event where big holders of his coin get invited. You are incentivized, if you want to be there, to buy more and more of it. If everyone's doing that so they can meet the president, then that will enrich the president. This is not that far removed, guys. It's not that far removed from just asking for sacks of cash, not to your campaign, but into his wallet. This is awful.